I think we can all agree there is no time quite like the festive season. I think you can see how we embrace it on your Feel Good Breakfast show. Christmas lights are being hung, trees are being dressed, and presents hopefully have been bought and are now being wrapped. When it comes to decorating our homes, we want the best of the best, and we want the colour. At the Crazy Store, you can get it all. You really can run wild and grab all of the Christmas stocking and naughty elves your heart desires, and while still being able to decorate underneath the tree with presents, of course. And they've got tons of awesome stocking fillers as well. Now, with us today, we have interior designing pair Yolande and Georgie Mitton to share some tips and tricks for bringing the festive feeling into our home. Ladies, thank you so much for joining us. I feel like you should be wearing elves outfits of some kind. Okay, I know I've got my elves. I'm ready to be your helper today.
Thank you.
Let's start with the Christmas tree. Where do we put it, guys? What is, and it can be feng shui. I'm not sure how we base this decision, but how do we know we've got the right spot for our little tree?
I think it depends entirely on where you live, or whether it's an interior tree, whether it's an exterior tree, because that dictates the height of it.
Okay.
So in small apartment living, one would go for a small tree. In a bigger home, or if you're having a festive season outdoors, you could have a big tree, go wild.
Yeah. I find there is always the danger, certainly with me. My beautiful wife is quite simplistic with her design. I'm like, put everything on. I want the things that my kids have made go on there. I get vetoed pretty much every Christmas. So how do we approach the design? How do we get it right? What should be in the back of our mind when we start approaching dressing our beautiful tree?
So I think you have to come up with your concept. It's either, you go all the bells and whistles, the multicolored sort of route, or you go simple and you decide you want to do, just the gold and pack it with gold, or just the silver, and then you follow through with that concept by layering.
The layering is key. That being said, let's get decorating. Let's dress this gorgeous little tree. And take me through things that have jumped off the page for you, because I'm seeing a lot of really cute things, a lot of little talking points as well. Maybe a good place to start with the lights. So dress this, layer this beauty up for us and talk us through the process.
So with lights, it's a similar story. One can change it up, and one can buy a multitude of different lights and just have a tree that's dressed with fairy lights. Could be quite amazing, so that you can set the tempos at different times. Wonderful, nice, festive
to match
vibe.
the Boney M, Mariah Carey. You want it to be otherworldly. You want it to feel like a bit of a fairy tale vibe, because certainly from a kid's perspective, that's what they buy into.
And you want it to feel like your tree.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I think the advice is to start at the top and work your way down, because you've always got your battery pack. So it depends where the tree is positioned, interiorly or exteriorly, where you hide this little battery pack. So quite nice to actually work your little light cable as closely as you can to your stem of your Christmas tree, so that it's hidden and just the little lights become the hero. Exactly. So you tuck it back, and what you can do is you can tie it back with little clear fishing nylon or tiny little cable ties, so that it actually is attached to your tree stem.
I love that. Okay, so now that the lights are sorted, how do we approach the hanging of the baubles and trinkets? Because we've got some beautiful, and I talk about statement pieces. I mean, we've got a little drum. Rum-pum-pum-pum. That's what I'm gonna hang. So now, layering up from the lights, how do we approach this?
So when one finds these magnificent little Christmas decor pieces, you have the option. Sometimes what we do is we choose one decoration, like we might choose this beautiful heart, and then our tree, once it's got our lights on it, would just be these beautiful little miniature hearts, jam-packed, so that the festive tree is full of love. Could be one concept, one theme.
Now, the Crazy Store, I've got a little bit of everything. It's not just about dressing the tree. Obviously, the naughty elf is the major star. And can we just say, on behalf of all parents, thank you for the naughty elf, because it's amazing how you can control your child over this kind of late November, early December, with a naughty elf and a Santa's letter.
Bribe.
Those two things, bribery, bribery. I love it. But we've also got amazing banners, our wreaths. How would you use those in the home?
So I think that a wreath for me is always such a magical Christmas story because you enter your home with often a wreath or 3 wreaths on a front door, sets the tone. It invites you in and it reminds you that it's festive time. So it's quite nice to buy a ready-made wreath, and then once again, you can hang that on your door, or you can doctor this by adding little red hearts.
You can continue the theme throughout the whole house.
You continue your theme, your concept throughout your whole house, which is wonderful. And then one often sees these wreaths hung in a vertical plane, but one can change it up, and one can also suspend them above a table.
Or a round light.
A round light, correct.
Chandelier.
So that it hangs above. A halo, yeah, Christmas halo.
Christmas halo, I love it.
So that's a nice ideas for wreaths.
I think banners as well. Banners you can use to create that height. It's nice to play with, you know, having height variation, not just having everything on that one plane. Exactly. So they lend themselves to being able to hang above tables or entrance doorways, or you could play with hanging them at different heights. So you can hang them on the edge of tables or in multiple locations, and you also create that, it's that arrival, it's that experience that it pulls you into the space.
This is all experiential. I love that. Then, of course, we've got a host of different tinsels that you can go crazy with. You can dress yourself in the tinsel. The Crazy Store has got you covered. I'm getting goosebumps.
Me too.
About Christmas. This is a good thing. I absolutely love it. I see you, naughty elf. Just before we go, I'm going to just do this one last thing because that's what you have to do. You can get yourself a beautiful star, and you can spray that wherever you want. Absolutely beautiful. And I love the fact that you can get gorgeous little trees as well to adorn your table. You don't have to go big, but the most important thing, it's all you and your family. It must be your Christmas. And with all the incredible goodies to be found at the Crazy Store right now, and all we've learned today, there is no reason to not decorate your home this festive season. Go and express yourself. And if you haven't started decorating yet, well, you can head over to one of the 450 stores nationwide. You're spoiled for choice, and you can definitely spruce up your home for the holidays. Ladies, thank you so much.
Thank you.
The presents. We're missing the presents.
Come in with a little, leave with a lot. The Crazy Store has a whole range of stuff bound to surprise and delight the whole family.